We're back. So today we are at Goodrich's Maple Farm. They have free tours here of like their sugar house, and they show you like how they get the maple from the tree and how they make the sugar, and they think they make jellies and jams and spreads and all that kind of stuff. Maple candies. There's lots of other maple kind of stuff they make here. It's supposed to be a good one. We'll see. From the outside, we're not really sure. So let's go and check it out, and then after that, we're gonna head over to the Cabot Creamery where they make cheese.
And got cows.
And what comes from cows? Tell Dada.
And biscuits and eggs.
Biscuits and eggs, and what else comes from cows?
And cheese.
And cheese. She's not really sure. So your family owns this?
Yeah. At the North Country Gym.
So we just got out of the maple place, and
it's always awkward when you're the only one on a tour anyway.
yeah, and there was this little girl, and she said she was in middle school, so she was probably 11 or 12 maybe, and she was like, I'm doing the tour. She told her mom, she was like, I've got this, you don't worry about it. So she did it, and she was really just, I mean, it was kind of awkward, and she was cute, and it was kind of weird, but after the tour, she like showed us the different like flavors. Like
they have like 4 different like main flavors. It's like apparently as the season goes, the darker the maple syrup gets. I don't know if it's just cause like the residue left in the tank when they're making it, or if it's just the way the trees work. I really don't know precisely why, but we tried all 4 of them. And it goes from like lighter to darker, the lighter being the less sweet, and then the dark is like really, really sweet.
And she was like, which one do you like? And we're like, we like that one. She was like, okay, what size do you want to buy? So, I mean, we were going to get some, but she wasn't letting us leave there without buying any. So we got the one that she said is her favorite as well.
Which we tried all 4 of them, and it was our favorite too. I thought it's sweet enough, but not too sweet.
Yeah, it's like the in-between like sweetness, and she said it's the one that people mostly use on like pancakes and waffles and stuff like that. So we got one of those, and we also got one of these. It's just maple candy.
I think it's like pure maple syrup. I don't know what it's mixed with, but then it's hardened up like a candy. So I'm hoping that's going to be pretty good.
Yeah. So we just got one to try, and now we're headed over to the creamery.
And got cows.
Yeah, we're in the middle of the tour, and Callie says, Mommy, where's the cows at?
We're at a maple sugar, like a maple syrup place. And she goes, where are the cows at? And I was like, I don't think you understand how syrup works.
You told her we were going to go see cows this morning.
I know,
She thought
but
we were going to the creamery. Okay, so now we're going to go really see the cows.
And eat some cheese. Remember when we were in Wisconsin and we ate cheese? This is going to be like that, I hope.
So we just finished up at the Cabot Creamery. They don't have tours anymore, so I had seen that they give tours, and then when we got here we realized they don't do tours anymore. They stopped that January either this year or last year. They stopped it though because they've just gotten so big that they just can't anymore. So they had like a little video tour thing. You sit through like a 10-minute video and it takes you through their factory and all this kind of stuff. It was kind of cute. But they had so many cheese samples and the cheese is so good. We actually got 3 of them. We got the Vermont Seriously Sharp, which the lady said was their best seller, so we got it. It's good.
Of course, we tried all these before we bought them. Like they had like 20 different types of samples you could try.
And then we got the New York Vintage cheddar cheese,
which was my favorite cheddar.
Really good. Also, something I learned is these are aged cheddar and they're naturally lactose free. So if you're lactose intolerant, you can still eat these. Kind of cool.
I don't think that smoky bacon is lactose free.
And then we got smoky bacon. It says on the package lactose free on those other 2, and smoky bacon, which is really good. So we got those 3. We might be plugged for a while.
She also tried a couple things in there. You tried the habanero cheddar.
It like burnt my taste buds off.
She likes hot stuff. I hate hot stuff. I don't do well with hot stuff. But she loves spicy things, and she ate it. And
it was so hot.
I got cheese too.
Yeah, Callie ate cheese too. And then
they had an everything bagel,
like a lemon cheese spread.
Lemon curd.
Lemon curd. It was like real creamy. Almost, I don't know what kind of consistency that would be, like maybe like a yogurt kind of consistency, but it was lemon and it was really good, like on a cracker.
Yeah, it was good. The everything bagel was really good.
Oh yeah, they had an everything bagel.
I love weird things. Like I love pepper jack and I love the tomato basil and I love the everything bagel. I love the ones that have like, I don't know, just like the weird flavors.
Everything bagel was not. I was not a fan of that one. But this was definitely a cool stop. It's only maybe 5 miles from where we're camping. We're camping, by the way, like in the middle of nowhere. It's really cute, but it's in the middle of nowhere. And this place is about 5 miles from there. And what I thought was really cool is this isn't like a big corporation that has just like bought up a bunch of farms. It's 100 years old, but what they did 100 years ago is all the dairy farmers needed a way to sell their milk products, and so they formed a cooperative. And so I think they said there's 600 farms now. 900 farms in this co-op now, where they have all come together and they actually own the Cabot Creamery and all. So all these farmers have a place to send their dairy, their milk.
She said they send 1 million pounds of milk a day here to the creamery.
1 million pounds, and she said that they age their cheddar anywhere from like 2 to 6 years, and she said there's 62 million pounds of cheddar aging right now, which is crazy. But I thought it was neat.
Also, another fun fact: 10 pounds of milk makes 1 pound of cheddar of cheese.
And I just thought it was cool. I thought it was a good business model where these farmers have come together and they actually own it. It's not like some big, huge craft or something like that owns all of this stuff and then just buying the resources. It's actually the farmers that own it and are deeply invested in it, and they're kind of running this whole thing. So I think that was pretty neat. I think we're done for the day. We haven't done much today. It's supposed to start raining here shortly and rain all evening. I've got to do something about my brakes. It's been, I don't know, about 3 or 4 days ago, we were coming down this really, really steep mountain, and my brakes, my front right one, just started grinding hard. I mean, just like, we're those people at the moment. Kind of like that. We're those people at the moment, so I've got to figure out how to get my brakes fixed. I was trying to get back to Alabama before I put new rotors on it, but I don't think it's going to make it to Alabama without new rotors. So might fix that. We're going to rest up a little bit and watch it rain, and probably eat some more cheese.
And we'll see some cows.
And see some cows. Yesterday was a very frustrating day for the Roden family. This is our 3rd big trip in the RV outside of going to Disney. I don't really count that. I'm talking about like road trip. This is our 3rd one. 3 or 4 years ago, how old's Callie? She's about to be 3. So 4 years ago, we took our dump of a camper to out west to Yellowstone and that kind of area, and everything that could go wrong went wrong. I mean, the rear axle went out in our truck, the black holding tank, which holds all the doo-doo water and all, and our camper broke. The paneling started coming off the camper. It was just like a fiasco on that trip. Last year, if you remember, watching our videos, you remember our axle in our camper broke. You can look. The axle in our camper broke and our wheel went flying off, rolling down the road, and it took us forever to get that fixed. Well, about a week ago, I started noticing our brakes on our truck were messing up a little bit. They were grinding. They started a little bit of noise and then they started grinding so much. It was just a pain. I could hear them just like, just all the time grinding, and it was such a pain. My goal was to try to make it home to Alabama. It wasn't bad to begin with. I thought I could make it home to Alabama. Everything is so expensive up here in the Northeast. We're in Vermont at the moment. Everything is so expensive. And so I thought we could just kind of limp our way back to Alabama and get it fixed. Well, I took it in. We're about 20 minutes outside of Montpelier, Vermont, and I called everywhere in Montpelier, and everybody was booked till the middle of August. Everybody was booked till like the middle of August, and so I had to call Burlington, which is like an hour and 5 minutes away from where we're at, and I finally found somebody that wasn't fully booked up. Got them to look at our brakes, and our rotor was shot, our brake pads were gone, and my caliper was sticking. The caliper that has this little thing that squeezes the brake pad around your rotors had stuck, and it would not fix. And the brake line was messed up pretty bad as well. So we had to replace the brake line, the brake caliper, the rotors, and the brake pads to the tune of $800. We had to do that, which was roughly the rest of our travel budget for this trip. So we're 2 weeks from going back to Alabama, and we've had to fork out this much money, and it's just a giant pain. It seems like every time we travel, something else happens, something goes wrong. But I guess we continue on the journey, huh? Maybe. All right. Well, what do we have planned for today?
We're at another maple farm just because we can, and going to the state capitol.
To the state capitol and to the maple farm today.
And some kind of granite thing.
Yeah, a granite quarry. This is our last day in Vermont. So we're going to see a few things today, kind of pack it up, and tomorrow we're going to be headed to upstate New York, going to Lake Placid, and then down to the Baseball Hall of Fame, which I'm super excited about, and then as we make our way towards Niagara, which will be our last stop. But let's go see and enjoy our last day in Vermont.
Okay, baby.
High diving in a glow, cool down when I'm all alone. I let it go. Talk over the radio, think fast but we're moving slow. It's what we know. If you're coming over, I just wanna be real with somebody like me. If I tell you how I'm feeling, would you say that you want me? That you want me? 'Cause I'm so sick of all the noise, all the back and forth. Just wanna find a still place where I could go. I lose myself, I cannot help it, I'm emotional. Oh, if you feel like this, would you let me know? Would you let me know?
I don't know much about this, but I know this is how they get the stuff out of the tree. Okay, so fun fact, Montpelier is the smallest state capital of any of the U.S. states, so that's kind of cool. It's like a really, really small town, but I mean, for a small capital, like this building is like beautiful. It's super cute downtown. They have like this farmer's market, like I said, that we ran across, and like the downtown area is just super cute and really happening. So we're just kind of walking around enjoying it and checking it out for the day.
Fall asleep to TV shows, it's what we know. Gets too comfortable, no space for the tangible. We get lost in the virtual.
We've had had such a great time in Vermont this week. All the factories, all the tours, all the sightseeing, everything like that. We've really enjoyed it. Hope y'all have enjoyed it. Now we are headed over to upstate New York, Lake Placid, Cooperstown, Syracuse, making our way over to Niagara, which is going to be our last stop before we head home. So join us next week in upstate New York.
'Cause I'm so sick